Hi everyone, welcome to Dave's Bonsai. On today's episode, a miniature Shinrin Yoku. I can't wait. Welcome to Bonsai Acres. Welcome everyone inside the plant room of Dave's Bonsai, and it's time for a little miniature Shinrin Yoku. That's right, a little forest bathing. Now I haven't gone on a forest bathing in quite a while. Well, Bonsai Acres just about a weekend ago, but my ficus forest needs a little fixing. And so we're gonna go meander through the ficus forest and see what we can do. Now here's what's happened. Well, one, I'm trying to kind of condense things in, make it more compact, easier to water, better for the compact plant room. But we had some amazing winds over the weekend. When I was up at Bonsai Acres messing around up there and having some fun and eating apples and everything, one of my bins on my porch blew over and landed right on this forest. And so it knocked one of these trees. Two of them are really kind of loose. This one's probably the tightest in there. And then this one was laying kind of sideways. A little bit of, nothing broke, but we've got some loose, maybe some air gaps in the soil, and we don't want to damage these trees anymore. So we've got about 9 trees in here now. I might even throw a couple more in so we can have this really thick, luxurious forest someday. So let's get to work on doing some Shinrin Yoku miniature style on the ficus forest. So here we have the Tiger Bark Ficus Forest, and it's had a little shifting, a little movement because of the weather, all the wind that we had, and so we are going to kind of fix this thing up. We've had a lot of warm weather late in the season here in Minnesota. Warm fall for sure, September. It's kind of cooling off now, but we are in the first full week of September. It is now the 8th, or is it the 9th? It's the 9th already, holy cow. And we've got some trees that they've been hit, and they're kind of in here loose. Now, I've said before, I don't often wire my tropical trees in, and especially in my forests. I let them go and I put rocks in there to hold them in place. I've taken all those rocks off. But now, first up, we have to kind of see what we were working with. So we're gonna take a peek at a couple of these trees. Okay, so you can see it's tugging from way over here. Look at this root system right here. It was way over here. It disrupted dirt from way over there. So we know just without much thinking that I can go ahead and trim these guys right here, and we're gonna just set these off to the side. There we go. I'm gonna put them in my bin back here. One of the things I like doing when I repot some trees, soon after or within the same day that I watered them last, I'm always curious to see how much moisture it retained. And so this is getting kind of dry already, and I just watered these today. But I don't think I watered them as heavily today because everything seemed to feel a little bit more moist. And it's not dry, but it's getting close. But that's just really good for me to know for the next time, right? Look at that long root right there, huh? Again, we don't need any, look at that length of that root, everybody. This goes almost back and forth like a lap in swimming. We're gonna cut off right there. We're gonna cut this shorter right here, these shorter right there. We're just redoing the entire forest. Look at that. So that's fantastic growth. But when we have one long leggy growth, we don't have a radial root pattern. And so we don't like that with our trees, do we? We like to have radial root patterns all the way around. This one's at an angle, so it'll go in that way. And it's in a forest, so it is a little bit different than your solo trees. Now to get my new arrangement started, I'm going to go ahead. I put a little bit of new soil with my old soil. The old soil was not broken down to a point where I felt I needed to change the soil, and the trees were very happy in there, so I added a little bit more. Now, I've mentioned this before, some of the tricks to doing forests is you can wet down your soil and it helps to stand the trees up more and grasp on to the bonsai soil and kind of stand up in the spot you want it to be in. I think I want this one beautiful one to be really front and center. not front and center as much as I want it to be tall and proud. So we're going to cut off some of these higher, scrappy little roots right there to get our root plane where we want it. Okay? And now because this is late fall, coming into late fall, early winter time, I don't want to cut too many of the roots off. But I have a really cozy, very warm plant room that these trees will do very, very well in. So I can cut some roots off. And I want this to be kind of the main tree right there, and I want it to sit up high on the hill if I can. So a little higher than it was before. And this root is a little bit high. And this allows me to put the roots down a little bit. And I'll angle it just a little bit right there. And there we have our first tree. Now, again, because we don't have wire, I'm going to have a few rocks in here to hold this stuff up at first, okay? Now this was a kind of a clumped tree, and I want to try to get that going again here. And so this was a tree that was next to it. It's got a big old branch right there, so we'll kind of trim that one down. This looks like it's a goner. That looks like that's goner. And how can we snuggle this guy up to this other tree? We also have this one to consider. Goner branch right there. Just too tall. Too tall. This has got a really bizarre branch in here, doesn't it? Look at that guy. We're just going to cut him off. And then we'll see if we get any back budding down in here. This is kind of in a weird position back here. Okay, so that's another possibility. And this is the other possibility with a really kind of a thick base down here. So a couple heavier rocks here. So I can pull back and I can take a look with y'all on what's going on with this new forest. So I have my supply of trees here, and these are a little bit shorter and stouter. That was a super fun project to work on. Now, I was worried at first, would I have the patience and the time to just mess this place up and to just dig into this thing and start over? It really is starting over. But now the forest is over on the bench over there, so a quick glimpse of that in its new home, all cut up, all repositioned, the rocks are in place, no winds are gonna knock that over, hopefully I won't bump it over, and it's gonna be in good shape. As a thunderstorm approaches outside my window, that's gonna wrap up another one. What a fun ficus forest. 13 trees. I hope just fills into a really spectacular forest one day. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of you, take care of your bonsai, and we'll catch you soon on the next one. Welcome to Bonsai Acres.